Waris and Mohsin.
This could be victory. It is. Pakistan win the World Cup.
And we're rolling, Mr. Parker.
एंजॉय किया आपने फाइनल?
मतलब जितना हल्का हम ले रहे थे कि न्यूजीलैंड इंग्लैंड क्या फाइनल होगा, पाकिस्तान भी बाहर, इंडिया भी बाहर. Boy, what a match!
Thriller, man. I think in recent memory, itna close match or itna exciting match. I mean, let alone be a World Cup final. पूरे tournament में इतना close, contest आपने देखा नहीं, and especially obviously with the super over and all the excitement and what was at stake. I mean, incredible, yaar. Truly, I think at the end of the day, nobody deserved to lose that game, and cricket was the winner overall. But what a game, yaar.
Yeah,
Epic
and
encounter, कहते हैं
I
इसे.
think this was the closest cricket game ever, because when was the last time you had a match tied and then you had a super over tied, by the way? So it's not that
Yeah, it's not like it वो भी deciding factor था. They had to go to a permutation and calculations जो कहते हैं.
तो बड़ा पोलराइजिंग था कि आज तक मैं देख रहा था कि क्रिकेटर्स divided, जो ex cricketers हैं कि यार ये क्या हुआ, because there was some controversy with that overthrow. धर्मसेना
Yeah,
ने जो
and
छक्का दे,
we'll talk about that.
yeah, so that rules, there's plenty to talk about, but I agree with you. I think cricket के stocks ऊपर चले गए. I fell in love with the game again. वो जो एक
नहीं
था
तो
ना कि
actually, हाँ, to have that at the home of cricket, Lords पे, and of course having England win the tournament in England, I think even for the game was the right outcome. I always thought कि England का जीतना England में would be great for the game, and I'm sure because England के अंदर जो cricket है वो भी जरा सी decline में चल रही थी, because obviously they have quite a lot of competing sports that's taking place, especially उनका
yeah.
जो Premier League है football की, it's so popular. Okay, cricket is second or third sport almost. So this obviously reignites some passion, reignites the energy in the game, and to actually see the Trafalgar Square, भरा हुआ लोग game देख रहे हैं, and then the excitement, and फिर जो I'm sure the pubs were full all night long, and they had a good time
To
celebrating.
your point, जो क्रिकेट की हायरार्की है उनकी अपने स्पोर्टिंग उसके अंदर रैंक्स में, सो रॉयल फैमिली के वहाँ कोई भी नहीं आया हुआ था, सबको ड्यूक ऑफ यॉर्क था, वो नो वन केयर्स अबाउट. उसका रीजन ये था कि बाकी सारे टेनिस देखने पहुंचे हुए थे, तो क्रिकेट की जो पैकिंग ऑर्डर में जो नंबर है वो काफी नीचे था, बट आई एम श्योर दैट विल हेल्प एंड दे मस्ट बी किकिंग देमसेल्व्स कि यार हमारा मुल्क जीता है वर्ल्ड कप एंड वी weren't there.
Yeah,
So
which was surprising. You pointed that out to me. Obviously, Kate Williams could be dekh lo aap, they were very obviously prominent at the Wimbledon final. But you're right. There was not an Englishman playing the final. But एक वो tradition है, obviously they always go watch the final. But England का World Cup final खेलना didn't take precedence over that. Tells you something. I'm sure उनके at least I hope कि उन्होंने बाद में सोचा कि यार वर्ल्ड कप फाइनली देखने चले जाते लॉर्ड्स में, because obviously like you said कि वो national pride एक होती है obviously with England winning. It was a great moment, and a great outcome for England themselves as well. Yeah, they truly, अगर आप tournament में they had their ups and downs, but अगर आप पिछले 2-3 साल देखें, especially since the last World Cup 2015 वाला, from where they were at that point in time, not even making the knockout stages, and to the 4 years later to actually win the World Cup. It's an amazing story, यार. अगर आप इस पे तो कोई documentary बनाए in terms of how they actually changed their mindset, changed the game, brought in new players, develop a different sort of playing style, जो उनकी एक aggressive style उन्होंने develop किया है almost, और उस तरह के players भी choose किए हैं और develop किए हैं. It's a phenomenal story, and it's sort of culminated with with them winning the World Cup. So it's brilliant, yeah. Well
yeah.
done for the coaching staff. The Andrew Strauss had I'm sure had a big part to play. And so a lot of these characters who've been around English cricket, they've done a pretty good job.
I think that fantastic, as you rightly pointed out, कि वो जो mindset change आया, it was very un-Englishman like, just as
Very,
team खेली थी.
very.
I think we've spoken about this in our last few podcasts, कि just to play Bairstow and Josh Butler was actually a discussion कि यार दो अच्छे keepers हैं, और इससे पहले हमेशा एक propensity ये होती टीम्स की कि यार अगर दो अच्छे हैं, टफ लग, एक को टेस्ट खिलाएंगे, एक को वनडे खिलाएंगे. तो ये बहुत ही एक अनकैरेक्टरिस्टिक चीज थी किसी भी टीम के लिए कि यार दोनों को खिला देता है इफ दे बोथ बैट वेल एंड दैट शोज द चेंज द माइंडसेट जो इंग्लिश क्रिकेट में जरूरी था और जो आया एंड दैट एक्चुअली यू नो दे रीप दोस डिविडेंड्स आफ्टर दैट और आई आल्सो एग्री कि ऑन दैट डे आई थिंक इंग्लैंड गॉट लकी फॉर श्योर वो जो कैच ड्रॉप्स ये वो पर अगर आप देखें जो नंबर 1 टीम वन the past 3 or 4 years they were the best one day side after the last World Cup and I think the best one day side won the cup which is actually a fitting um, result towards the end.
नहीं एग्री मतलब जो इंग्लैंड और न्यूजीलैंड का ये जो गेम था कमिंग बैक टू जो मैं कहता हूँ न्यूजीलैंड ने किस्मत उनका साथ नहीं दिया because they truly you know if you talk about let's talk about the overthrow for a second ये जो rule है overthrow का and where which cost them actually technically कहते हैं 4 run but actually they ended up costing them 5 runs if you go into technicalities um that was such a crucial moment यार वो अगर 4 रन ना जाते ना मिलते तो I think England could have lost that in the regular you know one day super over में
Oh,
जाता ही ना मैच probably जाता
easy.
ही ना and I think that rule needs to be changed. I think bat se lage it has to be a dead ball is my view because I think now वो batsman you know he was just running there was no intention and all the fielder did was throw the ball and it was just in the direction. So how can that ricochet and cross the boundary and cost the fielding side 4 runs? That you know doesn't make sense to me. It sort of gets highlighted more in such a crucial moment and obviously in a World Cup final ये हुआ है तो it's obviously come in the forefront. पहले हुए हैं but एक दो रन इधर उधर हो जाता है overthrow हो जाता है but I think if it you know ricochets off the player or something then it should just be a dead ball.
It's a dumb rule. It's a very dumb rule because England didn't deserve those 4 runs or five
No, they
runs.
didn't. They didn't earn it.
They didn't do any. They didn't earn it. Yeah. So that's a dumb rule. And since we're talking about the rule, I honestly, आप जो super over में चले गए, ठीक है? Why wouldn't you have just another super over? How often you're going to have two tight super overs? Never, mathematically. तो मुझे इतना बड़ा वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल आई एग्री कि हर टीम ने डिसाइड किया हुआ था नो वन थॉट कि सुपर ओवर भी टाई हो जाएगा एक दो ओवर्स और करा देना कितना टाइम लगता है मतलब
हाँ ट्रू लाइक अमेरिकन फुटबॉल की एग्जांपल लेता हूँ अमेरिकन फुटबॉल में होता है जब ओवर टाइम होता है तो it's always whoever scores the first points typically wins right college football में होता है कि ओवर टाइम में each of the offenses get you know a chance to score and they keep going unless somebody outscores each other अगर आपने ओवर टाइम मिला आपको बॉल मिली आपने टचडाउन किया दूसरे ने टचडाउन किया तो you keep going until there is an actual winner and you could have like 4 or 5 overtimes but you keep going until you actually you know have a
yeah
deserving winner कि टाई नहीं है एंड कोई टेक्निकलिटी या कोई स्टैट के बेस पे आपने वर्ल्ड कप उनको जिता दिया आई थिंक यू राइट कि किसी ने सोचा ही नहीं था ये कि ये बात
yes हाँ
यहाँ तक पहुंचेगी कि सुपर ओवर के बाद भी टाई हो तो क्या करे इंसान इतना तो किसी ने सोचा आई डोंट थिंक आई हैव actually in my cricketing history I don't think I've ever seen I've seen a couple of super overs but I don't think I've ever seen a super over also getting tied.
it has never happened it has never happened I'm talking about a mainstream cricket चाहे कोई
Yeah,
major
yeah.
franchise की कहो
हाँ वो
कभी
अलग
नहीं
बात
हुआ
है ना मैं इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट की बात कर रहा हूँ मैंने तो कभी मुझे आई डोंट रिमेम्बर इन एटलीस्ट रीसेंट हिस्ट्री और इन हिस्ट्री पीरियड
yeah
रिमेम्बरिंग कि सुपर ओवर भी टाई हो गया हो। तो वो जो बाउंड्रीज की कैलकुलेशन थी कि नंबर ऑफ बाउंड्रीज यू नो यू विन आई डोंट थिंक एनीबॉडी यू नो रियली thought that through that much अब hopefully maybe it comes back to your opinion कि एक और सुपर ओवर करा लें अगर विकेट्स भी होता है तो I think that's a differentiation maybe a little bit but I think it still deserves another super over. You're probably right.
हाँ क्योंकि अगर आप मैथमेटिकल प्रॉपर्टी देखें एक तो पहला सुपर ओवर कभी टाई नहीं हो सकता ठीक है अगर वो हो गया है तो दूसरा कभी नहीं हो सकता ये इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल
Mathematically हो तो
इम्पॉसिबल
सकता है but
नहीं हो सकता है मगर अगर आप
probability
देखें
very very
वर्ल्ड
low.
कप and plus I'm not saying make that rule for every bilateral series you're talking about a world cup you're talking about something that happens once in 4 years उसमें फिर क्या चांसेस है कि सुपर ओवर टाई मैच टाई होगा फिर सुपर ओवर टाई होगा फिर एक और सुपर ओवर टाई होगा it's one of those things next impossible you can very confidently put your money online and say कि ये कभी नहीं हो सकता So
No.
I think Scott Styris, ex-New Zealand cricketer's tweet summed it up for me. You know, I've never been a fan of ICC, and he said, "Thank you, ICC. What a joke." Because you're right कि वो जो बैठे हुए अपनी खुशी ऑफिस दुबई के अंदर sucking up to Indian BCCI all the time, no one actually thought about these things, that these things can actually happen. That's your bloody job. When you're hosting, when you're planning for such a big event, एक तो as you pointed out कि Wimbledon के दिन cricket का final कर दिया. I think that I don't know if that's a
That
it's a
that though was baffling for
their
me.
blunder or
It,
ICC's blunder, but it's a
uh,
blunder.
Wimbledon is always there, right? So Wimbledon's been doing it for years and years. So this is a purely an ICC screw up. How the hell can you have a major cricketing event, आपका World Cup final, at the same time as the Wimbledon final and also in the same country यार? ये भी नहीं कि चलो मैं कहूँ इंडिया में final था या पाकिस्तान में था या ऑस्ट्रेलिया में था जो भी था, तो then I would still say कि चलो timing difference थी, at least time zones अलग थे, whatever, and different audience whatever. How can you do it in the same country यार? That is a major screw up. I mean, I even said I would have fired the scheduler right then. As like, how the hell did this get even approved? I mean, basics होते हैं यार. एक जगह you're trying to grow the sport, right? So one of the basics of doing growing the sport is you don't have clashes against other major cricketing, major sporting events. तो आप ये तो बहुत बड़ी बेसी. Not only that, उस दिन ग्रैंड प्री भी थी. तो कोई मतलब even I as a very basic knowledge के साथ मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि ये तो basics में आता है कि इतना बड़ा screw up कैसे आप कर सकते हैं, because I was struggling with the fact, because Wimbledon obviously was an epic contest as well. So I ended up recording the Wimbledon and watching it later on and then watching cricket, but because I couldn't concentrate. मैं switch कर रहा था, but it wasn't fun switching because I would miss a crucial thing here and miss a crucial thing there, and it
Yeah.
was such intense contest कि it required your full attention. तो अब आप इंग्लैंड में आप देख रहे हैं ट्रफाल्गर स्क्वायर में, तो वो भी चल रहा है, फिर पब्स में देखें तो प्रॉब्लम विंबलडन फाइनल में चल रहा होगा, तो इट्स competing priorities. You
Very
can't have that.
polarizing.
It's
Yeah.
very polarizing, and you shouldn't be put in that situation.
Yeah, 100%. And it was our great luck or misfortune that even that was an epic game. So I had a split screen in my house, but I couldn't just do
But still,
justice,
you
Yeah.
can't do, you're not concentrating fully on either game. So I think that was a major screw up यार. एक हफ्ता पहले कर लेते, सैटरडे को कर लेते फाइनल, संडे को ना करते जब पता
And
था कि विंबलडन फाइनल है या ग्रैंड प्री भी उस दिन है. You would have had probably Kate and William actually attend the World Cup final if they hadn't had it the same day. I can guarantee you कि वो probably आ जाते.
huh, that, and plus I think as we discussed earlier, that this ICC management or whoever makes this decision, and just the heart is not in it. We follow a lot of sports. You talk about cricket here, but we follow a lot of sports. इतनी mindlessness मैंने कभी किसी sport में नहीं देखी. You always make tough decisions, bad
Sport man,
decisions,
हाँ, it's
but
sport. It's just
consistently आपको शुरू से आप बस वही, मतलब कितनी आसान आईसीसी की जॉब कि आपने कोई नई पॉलिसी लेके नहीं आनी, आपने जो रूल्स पहले 1930s के चल रहे हैं वही रूल्स चल रहे हैं, सब कुछ वही चल रहा है. All you need to do is just take care of 1, 2 or 3 teams. बीसीसीआई का ख्याल कर लो, उसका ख्याल कर लो, and that you're good, you're fine in your office in Dubai. So yeah, that was disappointing, but I think a great tournament nonetheless. Even though Pakistan couldn't make it, not the two most crowd-pulling teams made it to the finals, but what a tournament! I love the format. I have to give it to ICC, whoever came up with that format. Okay, I was never a fan of quarterfinals a year ago, so I really enjoyed the format. Cricket improved towards the end of the tournament, where the bowlers kicked in. Bowlers actually, I thought pitches some मुश्किल हो ही गई थी, but bowlers also learned to bowl, which was
you
not
know
to be heroes.
I think it was a fair contest. मुझे हमेशा ये था कि शायद flat tracks बनाएंगे and high scoring games होंगे, but it was a very even contest between bat and ball, and that's what you want to see. जब आप इंडिया में खेलते हैं या कहीं और खेलते हैं तो बहुत कभी कभार वन साइड हो जाता है कि 350 रन, 350 is the average score. That's not very exciting for me. Exciting is 270, 280, 300. ये जो सारे close games थे, 240 chase करना, फंस गया match, intense, चलो चल रहा है game. That is that is something else. So I think this was more like the 90s, sort of early 2000s की जो cricket जिसमें 250 300 वाला score is a, have a very good chance spotting wickets. I think that did it for me as well. कि, एक balance था between bat and ball. And you're right, format was brilliant. I enjoyed it. थोड़े upsets भी हुए, and you really didn't have a lot of dead rubbers until the last few games. If it hadn't actually rained, I think it would have literally gone to the last game. अगर जैसे श्रीलंका की वो हमारी वॉश आउट नहीं होती या न्यूजीलैंड इंडिया का वॉश आउट ना होता, तो लिटरली जो पाकिस्तान बांग्लादेश और जो लास्ट एक दो मैचेस थे इंडिया श्रीलंका के भी मैच था, that would have been deciding the who makes the final four. So I definitely agree that you should stick with the format. It makes it much more exciting. Every game was competitive almost. Afghanistan had a horrid time. उनकी batting बिल्कुल भी नहीं चली. I think for me the disappointing teams were South Africa, West Indies. I thought would do something besides beating us. They didn't do shit. And Afghanistan was completely, was a non-factor almost.
Yeah.
They didn't show up at all, except for that one India game, which was close. They didn't really show up for the tournament.
But I must say, Afghanistan, even at that horrid time, was
Of
still
course, sorry,
exciting to watch.
sorry, I forgot our Pakistan and Afghanistan
Yeah.
game.
So Afghanistan,
वो तो अलग में फंस गया. How can I forget?
yeah. Also, their keeper Shazad, who's
उनकी
a
भी controversy चली थी. They
uh,
also had controversy before the final because उनका captain change हो गया था. Gulbadin, was the star of the Pakistan Afghanistan, our 12th man. So उसने तो हमें आधा मैच तो हम उसी ने जिताया था. But but I
but
think that
they
they've also changed the captain. Rashid Khan is now captain now for Afghanistan. Actually, Gulbadin has been removed.
Gulbuddin was always a make sure because
Yeah,
Afghan was going to be the one, but apparently some controversy then.
yeah.
Let's see what happens. But अगर आप पिछले वर्ल्ड कप याद हो जिसमें हांगकांग और ये और वो मतलब बर्मुडा सारे आ जाते थे, at least Afghanistan was still exciting to watch.
Yeah,
I
they
have to give
still
it to
had their
them that
moments. They
uh,
had their moments.
they had their moments. They have the cricketing brain and IQ. They Rashid Khan जैसे और कुछ है इनके पास स्टार वो जो ऑफ स्पिनर था, I keep forgetting his name.
Mujib hai or
Mujib, yes.
Nabi hai.
Nabi. So the trio was very good. So they were good to watch. There wasn't a dull moment with Afghanistan. Even
हाँ,
though they
there's
were
no पठान 11 पठान खेल रहे हो तो
exactly.
कब डल मोमेंट हो सकता है.
Will never let you down. So it was a great tournament, and I have to commend New Zealand, man. The team with
यार hats off to them बेचारे. I don't know how they slept yesterday.
Utah, and they actually on that day they deserve to win. अगर अक्सर लोग वो मिस कर गए जो ट्रेंट पोल का कैच था. He's a fantastic fielder. He took that catch cleanly, took 2 steps back. He would never do that. I've seen Trent Ball
Yeah,
throwing
he
the
did.
ball back in.
याद है ब्राथवेट का कैच उसने वेस्ट इंडीज के खिलाफ पकड़ा था.
That's bread and butter for him. But on that day, he took casual step back, and as he touches, he throws it back, but it was too late.
Too late.
It was
किस्मत
split
और मैं
second
कह
too
रहा हूँ
late.
कि it was just not meant to be. Kiwis were just not meant to be. वो divine intervention आपका overthrow कह लो, ये एक extra step कह लो, run out कह लो. I mean, there's so many moments in the game which just didn't go their way. I mean, it was a flip of a coin. I mean, the game
It was
itself.
very cool. As Owen Morgan, when he was asked in the press conference that wasn't your luck with you, and he said, "Well, Allah was also with us." क्योंकि apparently he asked Adil and Adil said, Allah is with us. I feel that. Uh, and also, what a poetic justice. I love Ben Stokes. I've always liked him as a player, very aggressive. Ben Stokes, अगर आपको याद हो T20 against West Indies and Brad
Course.
Pitt. From that, the guy didn't show his face for 6 months because he was so depressed. Young, upcoming all-rounder was completely
Yeah.
destroyed. And from that to this, he had a great tournament. There was a
No, he
talking.
did, yeah. He
People
did.
were saying, well, is he good enough? Is he overhyped? His stocks,
Yeah.
but then he comes in and he shows that he is probably one of the best batsmen or best all-rounder in the world right now.
No, he bowled. He batted really well. I think. I think Ian Morgan almost underbowled him because he had so many other options. But I
Yeah.
think he held his own in terms of batting, and he played some crucial knocks. Obviously, the most crucial being the World Cup final. Um, well played. Yeah, the whole. I mean, England like it started. No, like we started with. Okay, deserving winners. So no regrets from my side in terms of यार पता नहीं कोई I would have had big issues if Australia had won, even India if had won again. India तो जीता मुझे लगता है कि पूरा tournament fixed है. But
Thank God that didn't happen. Not because I hate India, but इतना वो क्रिकेट के लिए बहुत हुआ था because लोग कह रहे थे कि confirm इनको जिताने के लिए हो रहा है, which was not true, of
exactly.
course.
But after the whole Dhoni versus Dhoni's sort of innings against England, I've had my doubts in the whole sort of Indian team and intentions and strategy or क्या है. So it was poetic justice for me as well. That they didn't sort of make it, and it was Dhoni also who tried to win that game and couldn't win it. And he didn't try against England at all. So there is something there as well. So, anyways, that's
It
water
was
under the
I.
bridge.
I'd like to clarify that because किसी और से मेरी बात हो रही थी और ये कह रहे थे कि he was telling me that okay, am I saying that the match was fixed? I don't think the match was fixed. All I think is it was very distastefully done by Indians. और इसकी जगह पे कोई और भी होता तो हम न्यूजीलैंड को भी कह देंगे लॉकी फर्गसन को बिठा दिया. It was bad because Dhoni should have taken that moment as a practicing, जो कहते हैं ना कि भाई मैं situation में हूँ, what would I do? Would you play like that? Would you play the way he played?
The point is that Dhoni has never played like that ever in his career.
Exactly.
He's never ever played like that. So it didn't justify his actions. He's never done that before. He's always finished the game, or he's always gone down at least fighting and taking it till the end. Is it intentionally show kiya? So that for me was, I could see right through him.
Yeah.
So I lost quite a bit of respect. But anyways, um,
But good World Cup nonetheless.
no, brilliant World Cup, यार. It was good. अब तो जरा सी मुझे वो होता है कि अब post the World Cup final now, what do we do every morning?
Ashes. But it
वो
won't match the
excitement ही
same
नहीं है
hype.
यार,
हाँ,
exactly.
वो थोड़ा सा
एक
withdrawal
बहुत बड़ा
symptoms हो
कोई
गया.
void और withdrawal होने वाला है for the next month or so. Okay,
True.
सुबह उठ के होता था कि यार, the first thing I would do is check the score because there was always a game on. Every single day there was a game on.
Yeah.
So you would, spend, but while driving to work, I had the commentary on and stuff. So, very exciting last month. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Pakistan played well, held their own. Unfortunate not to have made the final four, but nonetheless, I think overall, a great World Cup, much better than the last edition.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
it's good to have a new winner. Someone who has a team that hasn't actually won the World Cup before. So I think that was good for the game as well.
So it's twice in a row. Home team has now won a World Cup,
Which
never happened.
Uh,
So Australia and now England. So let's see. Maybe who's hosting next time?
I don't know actually. I think it's Australia again.
Is it? I think
think
they're hosting T20.
They hosting
It's too
T20.
early. Next
Too
World
early.
Cup में
4 साल बहुत है
चार साल पड़े में तो well yeah. So
चलें.
anyway, I think I think we had to do this podcast. वो जो high जो buzz था final का
निकाल दिया
वो
buzz.
निकालना था.
अब
तो
हम hibernation में चले जाएंगे थोड़े दिन.
हाँ, हम भी break लेके वापस आ जाएंगे because we won't stop talking cricket.
Yeah,
I'm sure Sarfraz will do something. Someone make a statement and we'll do a quick 5 minutes podcast just to discuss. Why the hell would you say that? So I'm sure that moment is just around the corner.
या मिक्की आते फायर होने वाला है या इंजमाम चेंज होने वाला है या सरफराज हटने वाला है या किसी और इमाद में कैप्टन बन जाए कोई भरोसा नहीं.
कुछ नहीं है. So I think we'll be back sooner than we think we will.
चलें.
तो वो हम करते हैं.
All right, later.
All right.